Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/ProRevenge. Sometimes following your manager's instructions can lead to his termination. Will be detailed in our first story. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Can't order office supplies? Have fun getting what you need. For a few years, I worked as an office administrator. When I was awarded a new position, they allowed me to retain some abilities as the admin until the new person in the position had learned enough and felt confident to take it on. One of those abilities was ordering office supplies, including bathroom supplies. The person ended up leaving within a few months, and a new person who had prior experience filled the position. After a few months of the newest person being there and getting her login for the office supplies, it was decided by my store manager, SM for short, that I had to get a manager's permission to order any supplies from then on, and they had to sign off on it. One such time, the admin was out for a few days, and we needed the commercial paper towel rolls. I got the sign-off and ordered them. They came in the wrong kind, or so I thought. I told my assistant manager, AM for short, and said I'd make a refund request and reorder, but I forgot to get him to sign off on it. While I was reordering, someone opened the box and used a roll, which I was unaware of yet. Apparently, they actually fit the dispensers. The new order came in the next day, and I noticed the other box opened and a roll missing. I checked the dispensers, and both fit. While I was doing this, I decided to return the latest box. Someone pulled a roll out and had started to use it. I told the same AM all of this, still forgetting that I hadn't gotten him to sign off. I left a note on the SM's desk with the receipts explaining this perfect storm with an apology, but noted we had paper towels now for 2 months. When my SM saw this, he called me into his office and asked about the second receipt and why I didn't get a sign-off. I explained I'd forgotten to get the second sign-off, but AM was aware of what happened, had approved it verbally, and my main concern was trying to fix it first before we could no longer get it the next day. By then, I had forgotten to get the sign-off. When the AM was asked about it, he claimed he had no knowledge of this. To this day, I have no idea why he did that other than to be a jerk. I was called into the office and asked about it in AM's presence. I went through the events, but he looked me dead in the eye, flat out lied that I never told him this. I was written up and my access was revoked, of which AM was made aware. I was also told I couldn't buy anything and get reimbursed for it later, no matter if I had permission or not. Cue a month later, and our admin is on a 2-week vacation when we run out of something that my AM or the store needs. I can't remember what, but can only be purchased through the login to get it next day, Friday. Otherwise, it has to wait until the next Friday. AM comes to me while I'm in the presence of coworkers and says, "Hey, I need you to order this thing." With my best innocent and fake apologetic face on, I look him dead in the face and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, AM. I no longer have access to that because I didn't get permission last time. We won't be able to get any more until next week, Friday." He says for me to just run up to the store and go get a similar item. In the meantime, he'll sign off on it for reimbursement. And again, I say, "I'm sorry, AM. I'm no longer allowed to do that either." My coworkers asked me what that was all about, so I told them. Apparently, I'm not the only one this sort of thing had happened to. They all enjoyed the result. It was recommended that I add some more details, the afterword, to make it a little more satisfying. I was written up more so because my SM thought I lied about telling my AM that I'd ordered another supply of paper towels without a sign-off, though that was part of it. The write-up lasted only 3 months and was simply a note saying I didn't follow SOP for ordering, despite being told more than once to get a sign-off. Within a year after this, others decided to speak up more and more often about this AM. He basically got himself fired, not for lying, but for being sophomoric toward a female underling. The final straw, I guess. He'd been with the company, that store, for about 15 years and had a reputation among the regular staff for acting like a teenager and inciting drama between coworkers, even though he's in his 50s. He'd somehow always managed to not get caught as the instigator. During the HR review, they asked particular staff about other incidents of either lying or inappropriate behavior toward them or others that people knew about, and one of my coworkers mentioned that he was there that day, near my AM, when the paper towel incident happened. He corroborated everything. I said about telling the AM and the AM laughing about it and reminding me to bring the receipt to sign off. My SM was told as well and apologized for not believing me. And our next story. Mobile operator tries to screw me over $139. I actually screwed them out of $72,000. After my wife and I got married last year, we decided that we should both get the same phone plan. We went down to the mobile operator A store and met with a rep who told us we'd both be on an unlimited plan for $70 a month all in, including taxes and fees. I was very specific about getting the all-in price for the services. It seemed like a decent deal, so we signed up. 2 days later, I log into the website and see that there's already a bill for $139. I call up a rep to see what's up, and they tell me that between the activation fees, taxes, and surcharges, the bill was correct. I told them what the salesperson told me, and they basically told me to pound sand. I promptly told them I wanted to cancel the service and wanted the $139 waived. They said they could cancel the service, but they would and could not waive the bill. They also told me if I canceled immediately, my wife and I would lose our phone numbers, which is true. So I figured since I have to pay for the month and I don't want to lose my phone number, I'll just get a new carrier and cancel when I'm ready. So I do my research and find mobile operator 2, which is excellent, and we make the switch. I call back to mobile operator A and inform them that we have switched carriers and want to cancel the service. I again ask for a refund. The rep informs me that since I have had the service for 4 days, I'm not entitled to a refund. He tells me to read the fine print on the contract, which indeed tells me that I have 3 days to cancel for a full refund. I'm now fuming because the first CSR that I talked to on day 2 denied me a refund if I canceled. I ask for the next level of CSR and they send me to customer care and a retention person. I explain the entire fiasco to him and how I feel that I've now been lied to twice by mobile operator A reps, sales rep, and first CSR. He's a really cool guy and apologizes, says he'll take care of it and will completely waive the bill. I'm very thankful and hang up thinking that this is finally resolved. Fast forward a month and I get a mobile operator A bill in the mail saying my payment was not received and is now late. I again pick up the phone and call them. I eventually make my way through to 2 CSR reps until I get back to the customer care and retention department. This time, I did not have the chill dude. Instead, I got a very smarmy woman who said the bill was due and I'd owe the entire amount. I asked her to please check the CSR notes and that the last guy told me he would waive the amount. She put me on a 10-minute silent hold and came back and said she'd escalate the matter to her supervisor. She said I should receive an email by the end of the week with a resolution. 2 weeks go by, no response. I call again. This time I get a very nice lady that is sympathetic. She says she'll waive the bill. She comes back and tells me she can't do anything because the bill has already been sent to collections. She says not to worry and that she'll send a letter to collections to have them waive the debt. I ask if this will go on my credit report and she says no, that they'll take care of it. 6 months later, I get a letter in the mail from Sequium Asset Solutions out of Georgia trying to collect on the $139. I immediately send them a letter via certified mail demanding that they verify the debt, since it's obviously bad. I hear nothing for 2 months, then I get an alert that I have a negative mark on my credit. I go in and sure enough, Sequium has indicated that the amount is in collections. I immediately write letters to all 3 bureaus requesting that they remove the remark. A month goes by, and every single one of the bureaus removes the mark, thank God. Another 3 months go by, then I get a letter from Sunrise Credit Services in New York, again trying to collect on the debt. This is truly unbelievable because it appears that Sequium couldn't verify it, so instead of apologizing and waiving the debt, they just sold it off to another collection agency. I send another certified letter to Sunrise demanding verification. I get nothing in reply. So far, they've not attempted to put a mark on my credit. That's where this part of the story ends. Who knows what'll happen next? I could file a lawsuit, but the filing fee alone would be more than the amount owed. Here's the thing. I'm not cash-strapped. I've lost 5 times that amount in hours spent on the phone and writing letters, but I'm determined to go to the mat with mobile operator A on principle alone. This brings us to the revenge stage. You see, in addition to my day job as an attorney, I am an elected city councilman in my town, and when I was going over our monthly expenses, I noticed that we were paying mobile operator A close to $6,000 a month for our phones, internet, and TV services. We're a fairly small town, so it was pretty obvious that we were being bent over by these clowns and that we could save a ton of money by switching. I started working with our city manager and IT director on finding other solutions. We discovered that by switching to various carriers and providers that we could save half. I never would have looked that closely into our telecom expense had mobile operator A not jerked me around. 2 weeks later, the resolution to switch was put on our meeting agenda and the council voted to pass it. We decided to completely cut ties with mobile operator A. Our city is saving a ton of money, getting better service, and with the money we save from switching, we're able to hire another part-time animal shelter employee, which we desperately needed. I highly doubt our city would have considered switching if I didn't make such a stink about it. Mobile operator A will end up losing hundreds of thousands of dollars over the coming years because of this. Edit. We just went into budget session and it turns out we saved $108,000 per year. LOL. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video and I'll see you in the next one.